Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Good evening. Good evening. It's a wonderful day today as practitioners in the media space. So, as we do in the other sector, we will say a slogan. So you just put the O at the end. You put the O at the end. Media freedom, oye. Media freedom, oye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Secretary for Information and Communication Technology, Mr. Howdy Msusa, and all directors of the Ministry of Information here present, Your Excellency, Madam Utekon, German Ambassador to Malawi, and our keynote speaker this evening, Mr. Gordon Matonga, Misa Malawi Chairperson, and all members of the Misa Malawi Governing Council, representatives of foreign missions here present, senior officers from the Office of the President and Cabinet, and representatives of all ministries, departments, and agencies here, representatives of all Misa Malawi sponsors and partners, all Misa Malawi members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let me, on the onset, appreciate the gesture to invite me to be your guest of honor tonight. It is an honor for me. It is also an honor for the government of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to be invited to be with you tonight. I would want to start my speech in this manner, and I'll ask you a question. And this is a question to the nation. The question is, how can a nation claim to be free if its journalists are not? Number one question. How can we claim to be a free nation when our journalists are not free? How can we speak of development? How can we be speaking of Malawi 2063 when the voices that expose injustice are silenced? What is the answer? What is the answer? The answer is a simple: we cannot. So it is very important that indeed we must protect the freedom of journalists, but also we must facilitate that they speak freely. Ladies and gentlemen, the ways that I've shared with you form the foundation of every democracy worth its name. And with that, let me say that it has pleased His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to delegate me to preside over this auspicious occasion. And His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, as the chair said, has personally supported these celebrations with 10 million. And not only 10 million from government, but also we have a number of institutions, government institutions here, that have supported with a lot of resources. What does that mean? This means a serious commitment. A commitment that the government of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika will ensure that the media will never walk alone. For those that support Liverpool, the media will never walk alone. Therefore, as we celebrate today, let us know that you have a president that would want you to thrive. And indeed, you have a minister also who is going to make sure and is making sure that you are operating freely. Today, May 3, the world celebrates World Freedom Day. The global theme is shaping a future at peace, promoting press freedom for human rights, development, and security. And here in Malawi, we have narrowed it to press freedom, media visibility, and economic development. We may be asking why. I think the answer lies in the fact that a journalist who is afraid cannot expose corruption. Not at all. A media house that is not viable, and when we talk of viability, we talk of all viabilities, whether it's financial, whether it's technical, whether it's administrative. A media house that is not viable cannot hold power to account. And a nation where information is suppressed cannot develop. Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights affirms every person's right to seek, receive, and impart information through any media and regardless of any frontiers. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not just a suggestion. This is a right. And this government of His Excellency Professor Mutharika respects that right, not in words alone, but in action. Just to share with you, maybe just to share with you, so that you should appreciate. It is the DPP government that allows or that facilitates journalists to investigate freely and report freely. It is the DPP government. Don't forget about that. And I can give you specific examples. It is the DPP government that allows the ombudsman to investigate, operate, and even when the results come out, the DPP will abide by the recommendation. It is the DPP. Can I say this again? Because you are journalists and professionals. You love facts, and I want to give you these facts. Around the 2024? I was around 2021, 2022, and up to 2024. I was a member of parliament, and I was chairing Public Accounts Committee. For some of you, you know, I was removed as the chair of Public Accounts Committee. Why? Because I wanted to investigate the butchery gate case. And when Parliament convened a joint committee, as we speak now, the results of that investigation are not yet out. And guess who was in government at that particular time? It is not the DPP. It is not the DPP. The Amarellis case, if it weren't for Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to provide the direction that the Public Accounts Committee must investigate and there will be no sacred cows in the process, I don't think, as we speak now, would have seen a thriving Public Accounts Committee conducting that kind of investigation. So, we should not forget that you have a government that loves you and would want you to thrive in your profession. Ina mukudabwa ati pamene kundizona di mukutsutsa pamene kundizona zimene kunena Namalomba ndizona ine sindimana amaya. I provide facts. So, ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people talk about accountability, but accountability is not a slogan. You chant it, it's not a slogan that you actually chant it at a rally. Accountability is what happens when institutions are allowed to work without fear or favor. And because of that, the Ministry of Information, which I read from getting the directives from His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, we will ensure that even our institutions, we have MACRA, we have MPC, and I can tell you the Director General is here. I will not go into the specifics of how a Director General is recruited. But he is recruited anyway. He has been recruited anyway. And he has been recruited amongst yourself. He hasn't come from politicians. He's not a politician. But he is one among you. So I will not go into the specifics. But just to say that we are conducting or in the process of reforms. At Makara, and I also want to jog your mind, your memory. There were days in this country when media institutions were closed and people lost their jobs. And some of them even now haven't picked up any job in this country. Don't forget about that. So, and I was chatting with the chairperson of Misa. He was reminding me that during the election, there was also an incident when some of you were showcasing the results through a dashboard. Some invisible power said, pull those dashboards down. And it took Misa, Malawi, to say no. And I don't think that there's been any case with us, with the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, to say no. No, it doesn't. Except for me saying that I don't want to talk to the media. I don't want to talk to the media, particularly where the information is going to be used to generate a Facebook post. And I said, and for a reason, because when you write on Facebook, you cannot verify what has been said. So, let me quickly run through. Let me quickly run through this, because I know that I'm standing between food and the excitement. So let me assure you that the government of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika will not attack any journalists. We don't want to see any media house closed. I know that our media houses are struggling. Some of them are struggling. Just yesterday, I had the opportunity of being a guest of honor at the Radio Maria event. Radio stations are struggling. And indeed, I must also announce this. We are conducting reforms to see those that are not for profit, they should have a different regime of licensing. They should have a different regime of licensing. We cannot put all these media houses in one basket. We need to facilitate their existence and also value the contribution that they make. But as we do that, I want to challenge you with one thing. We are not doing enough to capacitate ourselves. We are not doing enough. When you do a census among youngsters, those that have gone all the way to do a master's, there are very few. There are very few. Even those that have completed degrees, very few. I would want to challenge the profession, Mr. Malawi Media Council, to look at that. And AfriDem, please support us. Your Excellency, support us to make sure that our journalists, because it's through knowledge that you can report properly and you can report without bias. So I would be making that appeal. But also through Makara, and I know that those discussions are going on, that we can have a fund to support the media profession. Yes, I have come to the end of my speech. One thing that I wanted to say is let's be objective, let's be ethical, let's report the truth, and let's guard against the misinformation. With the advent of social media, the advent of AI, artificial intelligence, that does not mean that we should stop using our knowledge and our brain. Can you hear me? You hear me about that? Let's not stop using our brains to think. Let's use artificial intelligence ethically. Because as we would want to have the freedom as journalists, we should not forget that the people that we report to, the people that we share our stories with, also have got rights. And they have a right to make sure that the information that you are giving them is the correct information. So, verify your facts. Don't just copy and paste. So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, as we shape the future, information integrity is key. It is therefore important that the media take the lead in the fight against misinformation. I would like therefore to request journalists and media houses to put in place mechanisms to ensure that their content is free from false information and hate. False information and speech destroy human rights, peace, and overall economic development. On that one, also let me add, I don't know whether you have noticed this, but when you read stories from, say, for example, United States, you don't see the kind of pitch for negativity in their stories. You don't see that negativity in their stories. If Malawi is going to attract the necessary resources, financial resources, the people to do that are people who are gathered in this Gala award dinner. You are the ambassadors. You report positive news, you are going to get the investors to come here. You report negative news, no one is going to come here. Who wants to come here if all you're going to be writing about is all negative? So balance. I'm not saying that you should not tackle negativity, or you should not, when you have noted that there's something bad, you should not write about it. Write about it, but quickly look for solutions, suggest solutions. We are listening, government. But I would want to challenge you that let's market our nation. Tigulitse dziko lathu. Tigulitse dziko lathu. What is makhala bwino kumangona tikuzunzika njala iya forex iya fuel zabwino zimenezi si zabwinotu. We need to attract tourists, we need to attract investors, we need to attract people to come here to support us, to work with us so that we develop. The people to do that that is why we say you are the fourth state organ of government. We have the executive, we have parliament, we have the judiciary. And fourth state, it is you, the media. So you have a role, critical role, to play in the development of this nation. About the Misa Malawi Media Awards to be given tonight, let me say that some of you are going to be awarded for your excellent work you did in 2025 and earlier this year. Let me take the opportunity to congratulate all winners in advance. You did a commendable job and you deserve the honors that you deserve. Congratulations. Congratulations. To those who will not win, what should I say? What should I say? Congratulations again for not winning. No, I will not say that. Tough luck for you, you haven't won. But nevertheless, yes, congratulations. Better trying than not trying at all. With that, therefore, the final piece is to thank all sponsors and partners for supporting this celebration. Let me also congratulate and thank Misa for organizing this event. And I was like, what is so much journalist? So much China Jones? I'm a China Jones. Siri palamula momu no. Siri palamula momu. Adeo mungu ndiangana adeo aman. But no, congratulations for many more. It's really a well-organized event. And everyone here looks beautiful. And everyone here is beautiful. With these remarks, I don't know whether there were few. Were there few? Is there anyone, Mr. PS, is there anywhere that I've left out? Have I covered everything? Director General of MBC, have I left out something else? Maybe for MBC, just to assure you that MBC is changed. MBC is a changed institution. It has been demonstrated that you cannot win an election with a media house. By the way, don't cheat ourselves. We cannot make somebody win an election. But what we can do is promote choices. We promote choices, we provide choices so that Malawians can choose who they want to be their leaders. So that is what we are working with, in MPC, making sure that the governance structures are properly well aligned and that everyone is following a governance framework. With those few remarks, let me wish you a happy World Press Freedom Day. May God bless you. You can go and report anything that you wish to report about. The message from His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika that you not be hindered, you can report. But as you report, be responsible, be ethical. As you report, capacitate yourself. Make sure that you don't stop to learn. And as your minister, we are there to support you. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.